Hey guys, thanks for joining me for another Dissidia Final Fantasy Opera Omnia video, and the hypeness is here. We've got Penelo dropped for the anniversary with new upgrades. We got a BTFR. So we are going to redo her character guide. We're going to talk about the new parts of her kit and kind of explain how she works. I'm going to go through the whole kit as if I've never done a character guide before. So this will just be like your one-stop shop to Penelo. So in this video, we are going to look at her calls, her artifacts, and her spheres. For those of you unfamiliar with Penelo, she is a support character through and through. She is a stance-based character who has two different stances that do different things. She really is about battery, healing, and regen is a lot of what she does. She has a little bit of gravity in her kit. And now with her FRBT, she's got a little bit of pop behind her step too. She's going to be doing some damage, right? So I think she's a character that's going to age very well. And I think she's a very good pickup should you choose to get her, right? So let's go ahead and start with her calls. So her calls are going to be Regen Waltz and Evanescence. Regen Waltz, it's just a party brave regen and HP regen, which there could be some use out of that, but it's not really like the primary reason I would bring her call. I think the primary reason I would bring her call is for Evanescence. And the big thing is it does do a party cleanse, right? And it also does Max Brave, I Brave, and Overflow up, so you're getting some party buffs with it. But the big thing is it has a cleanse. And so a lot of times if I'm running a mission where an enemy has a really nasty debuff, and I need a cleanse and I don't want to run cleanse in the party, Penelo is one option that you could run for that cleanse. There are obviously other options you could run for that as well. Honestly, the best way to run a cleanse is the proactive strat, where you'd run Raijin or Rydia and just stop them from putting the debuff on you, because both of those calls will make it so you just can't be debuffed. So, but if you're in a situation where you want to do it after the fact, you could use the call. Penelo isn't really, the calls aren't really why you're going to summon for her, though. You want her in the party. You want her to be like this ridiculous support unit that you're running. So let's go ahead and look at her a little bit, and we're going to look at her spheres. And we're going to look at her artifacts, right? So Penelo's artifacts are a little atypical in that her best stat is probably I Brave. So you want I Brave 170, that's your top stat, and then you definitely want Attack 108, especially now with her rework. She's going to be popping off some damage, but I Brave is really important because her Brave gains and her battery scale off of I Brave, and that's really like her main role. So you really want to emphasize that and throw down some I Brave on her. So that's what I would recommend for her artifacts. And then for her spheres, she's got 2 C slots and a D slot. And I do have what I feel are some very, very good ones for her, right? So I do have her own sphere on her. And once again, I've said this before, I like to take a character's strength and like emphasize that. So this is a Brave Gain sphere. It's going to give her more Brave Gain based on her I Brave, right? So I'm just making her Brave Gains better. Now, to be honest, she might not need that. That might be overkill, right? Otherwise, you'd want to go with something like Alphanod, Maria, or Lude, because these are going to be like party attack ups, and she can definitely trigger those. She has healing in her kit, right? But Alphanod especially, I think, is probably best in slot, because not only are you getting party attack, you're getting party I Brave, and I Brave is so good for Penelo. So I really like my setup because I'm really going into the I Brave, and that's what I really like there. And then the D slot, Hope is one of the better ones you can do. So Ash, Saz, Lise, Hope, these types I always recommend on D slot because they're party attack ups, right? So give her the best party attack up that you want. I say Max Brave an attack or like an I Brave attack would be really good if you want to give her one of those. But that's my setup, and you can see I've got full spheres. Really like my Penelo setup here, right? So what you guys are going to be seeing in this video is a fully decked out brand new Penelo, costume and all. We went and bought the costume before we started recording this video. Max Ultima Weapon, blue armor, Force Enhanced 30. Like, we cannot improve this girl anymore. She is as Max gets. We've got best artifacts. We got full spheres. So let's see how good our girl is looking here. And what I might do is I might actually bring a friend unit. I wanna make her look crazy here. I might grab a selfie friend if we can find one. I've actually been noticing less and less selfies. Just so you guys all know, selfie is still a great friend to put out there. I'm wondering if Penelo would be a good friend unit. I mean, she would be just for the pure force charging, and you could pop like a fat BT attack. I don't know, maybe. I still think selfie's probably the better friend unit, to be honest, because you're just getting that launch debuff. It's so good. But Penelo friend could be pretty decent. All right, hold on. Tater Z, we got to do the test. All right, you're not a gimp selfie. All right, perfect. Well, let's hop in. And the way we're going to look at Penelo, we're just kind of go through her kit piece by piece. I would say with Penelo, there isn't like a set order you have to do stuff in. You kind of use her based on the situation. If you want to ramp up and force charge with her, all that stuff, you can do that in whatever order you want. And she is known as one of the, well, now she probably is the best ramp force charger in the game. Before it was like kind of her, and then Hope kind of took over, and now she kind of took Hope's spot back. But in terms of like pure amount of skill use to force charge, like Penelo and Hope are it, right? And now Penelo with the upgrade is a little bit better. All right, so we're going to start right away. Let's quick prayer Penelo, just to give Penelo a couple of turns. And I might show some of like the non-free skill use stuff right away just to show it off. And then, sure, let's just drop a, we'll just drop a BT effect right away with Luna. That's fine. Now, core, I don't think I'm going to go crazy. With core, I don't think I'm going to go crazy and do, like, I'm not going to do, like, the setup where I get triple Oath of Absolute Defense. I'm just going to play it pretty straightforward here. So what we're going to do is, yep, let's just put Oath on Penelo. We're going to keep Penelo as kind of like my main. Now, here's the thing with Penelo. I'm going to use her in this video as, like, my main DPS, but that's not her primary role. But I want to see what her damage could look like if we make her the focus, right? And that's kind of the goal here. But I'm going to do other videos this week showcasing other team comps with her where she's going to work out really well. Will Lions Roar here. That sounds good. All right, and then we're going to get some Penelo turns. And this is exciting because I want to try out, like, she's got upgraded HP plus attacks. She's going to have that really cool BT attack, right? We're going to have all that stuff. So she starts off here with a free skill use. So you could hit Haste Rumba or Regen Waltz. Those are both, like, her force charging instant turn rate moves. What I'm going to do, though, well, actually, I'm probably fine. Yeah, let's pop one on the free. So sure, let's Haste Rumba. Okay, and what you're going to see is a nice force charge on that. So Haste Rumba, basically it's going to remove her Waltz stance, and it's going to put her in her Rumba stance. So once again, she can only be in one stance at a time. And so Rumba Step, we're going to go through all these buffs here. So Rumba Step is going to be an attack up, Eye Brave and Speed up for herself, and then Party attack up and Brave damage up and Overflow stolen up. So that's what she's getting from being in the Rumba Step. And then allies are going to get an attack up, and then the party is going to get a speed up. Okay, and then what's going to happen is you're going to have an HP attack Rumba, and then when you're in Waltz stance, you're going to get an HP attack Waltz, right? What I'm going to do, since I've got other free skill uses, I'm going to pop the LD Evanescence, and we'll talk about that. So let's pop it. Let's see what the damage looks like here. This is our first little bit of damage from her. She's not under Heavy Prayer yet, by the way. We'll get her there, though. What are we looking like here? Okay, yeah. 1.5 mil without a Heavy Prayer is pretty good damage. That was AoE, by the way. That was 1.5 mil AoE without a Heavy Prayer on an LD from a support character. So, needless to say, that's very hearty damage. Removes the party's debuff. So the cleansing, very, very good, right? Now, I talked about the calls. I could bring a call like this if I didn't want to bring a cleanser. Here's the thing. I'm going to want to bring Penelo everywhere. So cleansing won't be an issue, right? And then it does a big Brave gain scaled off of Eye Brave. Big AoE attack, as you saw. 1.5 mil is very good damage. This gives her 16 turns of her overhead, which is called Liberty Dancer. So let's look at Liberty Dancer. So that's going to be an HP damage up for herself, and then Party Eye Brave, Max Brave, and Brave damage up, and then HP damage and Overflow stolen up. So a lot of good party buffs come from that. All allies are getting an attack up, and then the party's getting a speed up, HP regen, and Brave regen. If we just look, just for example, at like all of the buffs she's giving like everything. Like it's crazy how much she's giving everybody with all these buffs, right? So anyways, so we've got that. And then what's going to happen is her HP attacks, her Rumba Step and her Waltz Step, they are stacking. So they're going to go up to like triple pluses on those. So we're going to kind of watch those as we go, right? But that's basically what the LD does. Does all those buffs and does the party cleanse. All right, we're back in here now. Okay, so let's go ahead. Let me just Haste Rumba again. Okay, now you can see Haste Rumba went up to 2 stacks. And then let's go ahead and put up the 3 stacks. All right, so we got it up to 3 stacks. Yep, and now we're going to see, we can use Intercession. This is a good spot. So what you're going to notice with Penelo, she can just spam turns. Her 15, 35, and EX are all instant turn rate, right? So you can also use her with other instant turn rate BTs, which there are some really good ones out there. Or not BTs, I mean FRs, which there are some really good ones out there, right? And transformed HP attacks, like that's a pretty common one as well. She does fit in with some of these other FRs. Let's pop Intercession and let's just revel at the damage here. Let's see what we got. Let's see what we got from Intercession here. Yeah, about 1.5 mil AoE. Now, we don't have Heavy Prayer, but we do have Core, so we'd have to keep in mind that is including the Core follow-up, but that's very, very good damage, and once again, instant turn rate, right? So now, the Rumba stack, we're back down to double here, so let me hit that again. Alright, so we'll do the HP double plus. I assumed it was supposed to go up to triple plus, but I haven't really looked at how those stacks work yet. So I might have to look at that. But let's do that Rumba double plus here. Oof. Look at those dumps. Dude, a mil on the HP. And that wasn't even the triple plus. So we'll still have that to look forward to. I think we're going to kind of set up for some Force shenanigans. We got to show off some of our other stuff as well. Yeah, let's kind of do some setup here. Let's go LD. Because these enemies, they're gonna die really quick if I don't kind of set up soon. So let's just set up. And we do have a few more things to show. We do want to show the Waltz. And we haven't done that yet. The one thing that I will say about Rumba and Waltz, Rumba has like an actual Brave shaving with it. The Waltz is just a Brave gain into an attack. And I'm pretty sure that hasn't changed. We'll double check it, but I know like everything's got more splash now, looking a lot stronger, right? So I could, yeah, sure, we'll energy heal, I suppose. Okay, and then we should have the good Heavy Prayer down. And then what I want to do is let's go ahead and sure, let's just do this. And then I want to get the good Quick Prayer down on Penelo. It's not as important to have the Quick Prayer, but I still want to be able to press the BT button, then FR, and then do all that craziness, right? Sure, let's go ahead and Diamond Dust. And then we are going to Quick Prayer on Penelo. And then we're going to kind of set up and do her crazy insanity stuff here. Okay. Alright, so let's go and Quick Prayer on Penelo. Yes. Alright, and now what I'm going to do, I'm going to do something a little sneaky here. We are going to grab Selfie. Oh, shoot. So here's the thing. I wanted to do Selfies. I mean, I don't really want to wait to come around. Alright, we're going to do this without launching. I mean, I could use the Reigns call. So I'm just going to wall through here. My intention was I wanted to put Selfie's LD debuff down for the launching, but I don't, but Selfie has to pass turn to do that. So I don't want to pass turn. I kind of want to just do this with Penelo right now. So I guess we'll just wall through for no reason because we're at our force gauges maxed, right? We'll just do this to pass, because I want Luna Freya on the field, because Luna Freya's auras are going to be way better than Selfie's. So let's just go through here. Alright, so this will be without launching. So let's just know that the numbers that we see here could be a lot crazier. Could be a lot crazier. Alright, let's see how our girl is looking here. Alright, so let's go back to Luna. Alright, and then we'll just pop a button to pass turn. That's fine. Alright. So, what I'm going to do here is I think I'm going to pop FR first, because we can use some attacks like to set up to go into it, right? So let's go ahead. Yeah, we got a lot of options to do here. Let's pop the burst, and we're going to talk about that. Or no, FR first. Let's do FR. So Liberty's Menacing. Let's pop this. Alright, with Edward, let's see what the damage looks like here. Now, she is under Heavy Prayer now. I do got to make sure I get like into her BT before my Heavy Prayer is done. Oh, that's right. It's an instant turn rate. That's right. So her FR doesn't do damage. So let's read it here. So this is one of those instant turn rate non-damaging FR. So it's going to start at 150, right? So let me just pull it up here. Oh, and this is also a party cleanse, and it does heal the party. And then a huge party battery. So you can see we're just capped on Brave after using that. And it does restore a skill use of her skill 1 and skill 2. That's great for longevity to help her charge into the next force time if she needs to, right? So now, her conditions, and this is why her FR is so good, it's as long as the party has 10 or more buffs, which we definitely do, the buffs are flowing, 20%, Brave regen plus 25%, HP regen plus 25%. So here's the thing. This is a 70% up, and you're going to get 75 because there's like an extra tick you'll get from most skills. You're going to be averaging about 75% here. The thing is these do not require you to do damage. And these are so free because as long as you have Penelo's buffs up, like the party's just going to get this. So what's really nice, this is like Hope, where I could use a non-damaging attack, and those non-damaging free turn attacks give you 50% base. So I'm going to get 50 on top of the 70. You're going to end up with about 125%. So let's demo that right here. So let's do Regen Waltz, because I haven't done that yet. This is going to be a free instant turn attack. Let's pop it. And you're going to see 125%. So this is like the Hope thing, right? Like hugeness. So we haven't talked about Regen Waltz yet, but it removes Rumba Step, puts us in the Waltz Step. So Waltz Step is self-attack, Eye Brave, and Speed Up, and then Party Eye Brave up, Party Brave Regen, and the Party HP Regen, and then Brave gains up and Overflow gained up. So that's very good, right? And then we get HP Regen and Brave Regen for the party, which is very, very good. And then she would get an HP Waltz attack with that, which you can see it's up right now. All right, so what I'm going to do here, we're at turn 9. What I'm going to do is I'm going to BT attack, and then we're going to go burst phase. So let's pop the BT attack. All right, let's see the damage on this. I'm curious what the damage is going to look like on this. Resplendence. Very nice, with snow coming down. Basically like stopping time. That's awesome. That was 4 mil AoE. Was that really? I mean, we're up to 280, right? But that was pretty big damage. You saw we got the big gains there. We can press any button and get big gains. So let's talk about what the BT does. So it's enemy gravity. So I kind of referred to this when I first read her details. It's like a souped up version of intercession, because intercession is also a gravity. Actually, I think I forgot to read what intercession does. I did. So intercession is just basically a gravity scaled on her Eye Brave, and then it does a battery based on the damage you do, and it does a heal, right? And it's free instant turn. And then it adds one. It adds one, one step onto each of her buffs. So her, it adds a stack. That's the word I'm looking for. So if you're in Rumba Step or Waltz Step, her EX will add a stack to them. So that's a way that you can add stacks onto those, right? And then also the Haste Rumba or the Regen Waltz, those will also add stacks onto those as well. So back to Resplendence, which is the BT. This also does a gravity scaled off of her Eye Brave. The big split HP attack there. It does fill her EX gauge by 20%, so it's going to help EX charge as well. And then HP damage limit is going to go up. Now here's the burst effect. Brave gains are 20% of Penelo's HP damage limit after each HP. So this is ridiculously powerful. So people are calling this kind of like the Kate Sith effect. This is why Kate Sith Call is so good and so powerful on like Enna Crow. Well, Penelo is going to basically just give this without needing to use Kate Sith. It basically allows these units that do a bunch of dumps to get all these brave gains and just have massive damage. So she's going to work really well with a character like Machina, for example, using his BT HP plus attack. Getting all these brave gains is crazy. It enables her Fatal Dance, which is her new HP plus attack, which once again is like Machina, and it's going to be very powerful. It's a 7 dump attack, so it's going to be crazy. And then brave gains and brave damage up 50%. Brave damage limit up 30%, HP damage 20%, and then HP damage limit another 30%. Overflow gained up 30%. So we're just getting really important things, right? HP damage and HP damage limit up, and overflow and brave gains. It's all the stuff you want to deal massive damage. That's going to make her really good. Let's hop into the burst phase. And this is going to be very similar to like a Machina, right? Now what I'm going to do here is I'm wondering if her FR would actually do 125. I'm actually kind of curious about that. I'm going to press the FR. I want to see what the brave gains, what the HP damage bonus on this will be during her burst. I'm just doing this out of curiosity. What are we going to get on this? Is it 125? Only 75. Okay, so it doesn't get like the special 50% that like other non-ones do. All right, so let's go crazy, and as long as her BT effect is up, we can Fatal Dance. Let's check this sucker out. This is her big bad boy attack. And it's got AoE on it, right? Which Machina's doesn't. 7 mil AoE. Now we're at like 400 something percent. But here's the thing, like Machina's is like single target. He gets a little splash from his follow-up, but this is like full damage. So against AoE fights, Penelo's going to be crazy. Let me just read through Fatal Dance here. I got to find it. There's a lot here. So it is a 7 HP dumping attack. she brave gains between on her HP damage. It does a battery of HP damage and a heal based on HP damage. So every time she presses Fatal Dance, not only is she being offensively ridiculous, but she's also doing her support things and refills her EX gauge, and it extends her Waltz and Rumba steps, whatever one you have on. And then the allies get an 8-turn attack up, and then party speed up, HP regen, and brave regen. She's doing all of that by pressing an attack button, which is kind of ridiculous. It's putting all of these buffs on. Let's just keep pressing this bad boy and dealing out massive, massive damage. Once again, 8 mil AoE. Is this girl competing with Rinoa? Like, this feels like she's competing with Rinoa. 10 mil AoE. I mean, Rinoa's probably still doing more damage, but like with all the support, 10 mil AoE. Oh my goodness. This is without launching, by the way. So we would be doing even more if we had... Look, these enemies are incinerated. I mean, we went in here at like, what, 80-something%? Absolutely blew us up. Let's see what the burst total is here. And once again, we're losing damage from only having one enemy here. I'm definitely going to showcase around some other fights later this week where we can see more of this damage. But this was me just hopping in quick on a showcase. 106 mil burst. Pretty dang ridiculous. I don't know. You all let me know what you think of Penelo, but her supports are top tier, and that damage we saw was pretty dang top tier. Like, you can walk in with a setup like this and bring out this girl as your main DPS. And here's the advantage of doing that. Then you basically can have like a triple support team, or like this setup, which is basically the two best support units in the game, Lunafray and Penelo. And Core is the best off turn in the game. So then you're getting more auras and buffs than you normally would, because you're basically serving two roles as your main DPS and your support. Kind of crazy. So anyways, guys, let me know what you think of Penelo, if you're going to pull for her or not, or if you did. If you think she's as busted as I do, but I think she's fantastic. I'm going to tell you this right now. She just felt really good to play right there. Her numbers felt really heavy. They felt really good. Everything about her just felt great. So I'm very happy with this for the 5th anniversary character. You can let me know if you agree or disagree. Thanks for watching. We'll catch y'all on the next one.